So I've been thinking a lot lately, observing things, watching how people interact, and how life keeps shifting. Maybe it's age, maybe it's experience, or maybe it's just one too many reality checks. But I've realized something. People change, situations change, and what's really wild is that one day the people you were closest to, those you shared everything with, suddenly seem like strangers. Like when did they stop getting it? Or was I just not paying attention? We've all been there, right? Those moments where everything shifts. Maybe you're in the middle of it right now. You start questioning things, your values, your relationships, even your own peace of mind. Because suddenly, the people around you are throwing you off balance. I've seen this in my life, I've seen it in others, and honestly, it's gotten me thinking, how do we protect our peace when the dynamics around us are constantly changing? How do we hold on to our mental health when the very people in our lives start shifting, or worse, overstepping boundaries, throwing in unsolicited advice, and messing with our vibe? So today, I want to talk about that, not in the typical friends, family, and acquaintances kind of way. We'll get more creative than that. Think of this as a breakdown of the different characters we encounter in life and how we can navigate their evolving roles while keeping our peace intact. Hey everyone, welcome back to Sthirvana. I'm Madhu. Life throws all sorts of people our way, and while some relationships stay solid, others start to shift in weird, unpredictable ways. You start noticing that the people who once helped you stay balanced are now tipping the scales. Or maybe you're dealing with someone who's decided they have a PhD in giving unsolicited advice, and it's driving you nuts. So, how do we protect ourselves from the chaos, the drama, the draining energies? Let's break it down. The first group of people are the people who used to be close. These are the friends, sometimes even family members, who were once your ride or dies, your pillars. You shared secrets, dreams, maybe even traumas together. But lately, they've been changing, maybe not for the worse, but definitely in a direction that no longer fits your life. It's like they've become a different version of themselves, and you're still stuck trying to figure out if you can mesh with this new person. You might find that their values, their energy, or even their understanding of you no longer aligns with who you are becoming. So, how do you handle this group? First, I think it's important to recognize the shift, accept that they've changed. People grow, sometimes in different directions. The friendship or bond might not look like it used to, and that's okay, that's life. Don't cling to the past version of them because that'll just make it harder to accept the present reality. Next, I think it's important to redefine the relationship. Once you've noticed the shift, it's time to redefine it. Are they still a close confidant, or are they moving into the occasional coffee chat category? Not every friendship has to end dramatically, but it does need to evolve to reflect the current reality. And finally, hold on to your values. Don't let their new beliefs, lifestyle, or energy pull you away from your own. You don't have to meet them where they are if it no longer aligns with who you are. So, to wrap it up, look, if we're no longer on the same wavelength, it's cool. I'll just vibe over here while you figure out whatever radio station you're tuning into. The next group of people are the people who don't get boundaries. These are folks, often family members, sometimes those friends with a little too much familiarity, who don't seem to understand the concept of boundaries. They waltz into your life, offering unsolicited advice like it's candy, and act like it's their entitlement to dictate your life choices. They comment on your career, your relationships, how you live, what you eat. Everything is fair game for them. And the worst part, they act offended when you don't take their advice. So, how do you handle this group? First, I think it's important to be blunt. It's uncomfortable, but you need to be direct. I appreciate your concern, but I'm handling things my way. Don't leave room for ambiguity. The more you let them cross the line, the more they'll keep doing it. Second, I think limit exposure. If they can't just seem to respect your boundaries, it's time to limit your exposure to them. You don't have to cut them out entirely, but you can create some space. I need some time to focus on myself right now. Let's catch up later. And finally, be firm but not rude. Stand firm without being harsh. Often people overstep because they genuinely care, but their approach is misguided. Thank them for their concern, but make it clear that you're in control of your own decisions. So, to wrap it up, I didn't ask for life coaching, but thanks for the TED Talk. I'll be over here doing me. The next group of people are the people reflecting back change. I call them the mirrors. These are people who reflect change back to us, but often in ways we didn't expect. These relationships are tricky because they force us to confront the ways we've grown or not grown, and how these differences are now creating tension. Mirrors are often those friends or relatives who are evolving, just as you are, but their journey is taking them down a different path that diverges from yours. So, how do you handle this group? First, reflect on your own growth. When interacting with a mirror, take the opportunity to reflect on your own growth. Have you changed as well? Is this divergence something that was inevitable due to the paths you've chosen? Second, respect their journey. While you may no longer see eye to eye, it's essential that you respect the direction they've chosen. You don't have to agree with their choices, but acknowledging that they're on their own path can bring peace to the situation. And finally, gracefully distance yourself. If your paths have become too divergent, it may be time to create some distance. This doesn't have to be dramatic, just a natural ebbing of closeness that reflects the new realities of your respective lives. To wrap it up, it's like we're both painting, but now we're using completely different palettes. I'll admire your art from a distance. The next group of people are the people you can't avoid. These are the people you didn't choose but are stuck with. Think coworkers, neighbors, or in some cases, in laws. You wouldn't necessarily call them friends, but they're in your life, and their energy still affects you. Whether it's their negative attitude, overbearing presence, or simply the fact that you see them every day, it can start to wear you down. How do you handle such a group? First off, keep it surface level. You don't have to go deep with these people. Keep things professional and polite. The less you engage emotionally, the less of an impact they'll have on your peace. Secondly, set your boundaries early. Establishing boundaries from the start is crucial. Don't let them overstep just because you see them often. Whether it's at work or in your neighborhood, maintain your distance. Finally, detach. Learn to emotionally detach from these people. Their presence doesn't have to dictate your mood. Remind yourself that these are circumstantial relationships. They don't define your life. To wrap this one up, I didn't pick this squad, but hey, we're stuck together for now. Let's just keep it light and easy, shall we? And the final group I want to talk about is the glue bearers, the ones who expect you to carry the weight of the expectations. This group often goes unnoticed, and they are people in your life, usually close family or longtime friends, who see you as the glue that holds everything and everyone together. You know what I mean. The ones who expect you to be the mediator, the organizer, the ones who keep the peace in the family or among the circle of friends. They rely on you to fix everything, to keep everyone happy, and that is a heavy burden to bear. So, how do you handle this group of people? First of all, acknowledge the pressure. First, recognize the toll this role is taking on you. It's one thing to be supportive, but it's another to be held responsible for maintaining the harmony of the entire group. Second, delegate responsibility. Politely but firmly, start designating. Make it clear that you can't always be the one to step in and fix things, and encourage others to take on more responsibility. Next, step back when necessary. Sometimes stepping back is the best way to protect your peace. You don't have to be the glue that holds everything together, and it's okay to let others step up, even if that means things might get messy for a while. And finally, let go of the guilt. Remember, it's not your job to make everyone else's life easier. Letting go of the guilt that comes with stepping back is crucial to protecting your mental. So, to wrap this one up, I'm flattered that you think I'm the glue, but let's be honest. Sometimes it's okay to let things fail so that others can learn to pick up the pieces. In conclusion, life will always change, and people will continue to evolve, sometimes in ways that surprise us or even disrupt the peace we worked so hard to create. But what's essential is that we learn to navigate these shifts with grace, protect our boundaries, and never compromise our inner peace for the comfort of others. Every person in our life brings a unique energy, but it's up to us to decide how much of that energy we allow to affect us. By recognizing the shifting dynamics around us, asserting our boundaries, and understanding that we are not obligated to be that glue that holds everything together, we safeguard our mental health and thrive in a world full of change. Your peace is sacred. It's not about shutting people out, but about ensuring that those who remain in your life respect the space you've carved out for your well being. If you find yourself at a crossroads in a relationship, whether it's with a family member, a close friend, or even a casual acquaintance, take a moment to step back, reflect, and assess. Ask yourself if this connection is contributing to your well being or detracting from it. And if it's the latter, it's okay to distance yourself. It's okay to say no. It's okay to protect your peace. We don't owe anyone unlimited access to our minds, our hearts, or our time. We are allowed to choose how we engage with the world and with those in it. And more importantly, we are allowed to change those choices as we evolve. So the next time someone is trying to overstep, impose, or push their way into your mental space, whether it's with unsolicited advice, unrealistic expectations, or simply the weight of being the one who holds everything together, remind yourself that protecting your peace isn't selfish, it's necessary. And with that, I hope this has inspired you to reflect on your own relationships and how you can prioritize your peace without guilt or hesitation. If this resonated with you, drop a comment below and let me know how you're going to take steps to protect your mental health in your own life. Until next time, take care, be present, and work towards Sthirvana.